52 Weeks of Beauty. Sorry it's been a little longer than a week. I was traveling. I went to a wedding in Reno. If you follow my Instagram, you already know that. And I had the best time. I felt like I got a little tan because we laid out a lot and the sun was amazing because the sun is not very constant here in Chicago. But anyway, so you guys spoke on the bridesmaids video, on the DIY book bridesmaid video that I put a special message to my dad. I talked about how he's so into like skincare, vitamins, health, nutrition, and I think he's a genius. Anyway, I said leave a comment below if you guys want him to do a video, and a lot of you girls did, and he read them. And he's just a little shy, so he didn't put his face in the video, but he did put his voice in the video. And I went ahead and I did a little part. I was a clip of me in the video too, you'll see. And also I put some pictures and things in there too pertaining to the products he's talking about, because I didn't want you guys just to stare at a blank screen. But if you guys want him to do another video, like a part 2 or a part, I don't even know, maybe a whole new section or topic, because he's really good into vitamins and herbs too. And what else is he really good at? He's really good at making his own skin cream for like anti-wrinkle creams and things like that. So anyway, we could do a whole nother video or just keep the part 2, part 3 going if you guys want to see more of what he has to say. Right now he just kind of did a broad overview of skincare and face and body care, and it's a great video, and I hope you guys find it interesting. I definitely know I learned something from it that I never knew before, so that was fun. And yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. Please leave a comment below, and I won't talk too long right now because the video is like this long. It's like really long, like 25 minutes I think. Oh my goodness. So you know where I get my chattiness from? Yeah.
Welcome to 52 Weeks of Beauty. Hi, my name is Jack. I'm Christy's dad. Aka Pops, Aka Daddo, or Aka whatever you want to Aka. What I'd like to talk about today, and maybe sometime I won't be so shy and will actually be on camera, but for today we're going to do this like this, is I want to talk about skincare. When I was 47 years old, and yes, this does apply to 19-year-olds or 17-year-olds or 35 or 45 or 55-year-olds, it applies to all ages because it's all about skincare and healing or preventing skin damage and or making your skin glow and look as pretty as it can without going to a dermatologist. Certainly a dermatologist is needed for certain kinds of conditions, dermatitis and psoriasis and different things like that, although these procedures will help some of those. So I guess first of all, let's start with our face. When I was 47, I noticed that I started to get wrinkles under my eyes, and my chin under my chin started to droop and things like that, and I kind of freaked. So I started researching and praying and praying and praying for guidance, and I researched and was browsing in one of the bookstores like Borders or B. Dalton or Barnes & Noble, not sure which one of those, and I came across a book that was on the bestsellers list by Nicholas Perricone called The Wrinkle Cure. He's written a lot of fine books, and a lot of his philosophy and practical experience has to do with diet and actually changing your diet in order to make your skin become firmer and more healthy and glowing. Although the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to talk about the aspect not of diet at all. I'm only going to talk about externally treating your skin with things that help improve its looks and beauty. So I got a lot out of that book, and some of the things that I have I want to share with you today. And I noticed, like I was saying, that there were a lot of wrinkles and things like that developing under my eyes and all over, and I started applying some of these vitamins and supplements and things like that that he mentioned in his book that you take internally. I applied them externally, and the results were amazing to say the least. So this didn't just work with me. I had a lady friend, and she started to develop bags under her eyes really bad, and I told her, gave her a little bottle of this cream that I'd mixed up with antioxidants in it, and I told her to apply it under her eyes like just once or twice a day. It wouldn't take her but 30 seconds. And within a month, the bags under her eyes were all gone. So she was amazed. And she used this for about 3 months, and then she stopped using it, and the bags returned. And I asked her why. And she said, well, you should look at my inner beauty. You should never look at my outer beauty and make comments about it that are derogatory. You shouldn't see that in me. And I thought to myself, and even told her, I said, if I have expertise that can help you look better, and it's a hobby of mine, then why shouldn't I share it with you or mention it to you as long as I say it nicely? Well, nonetheless, that conversation got nowhere, and she just stopped using the cream, and the bags got worse and worse and worse. But this will fix skin damage in many cases. First of all, one of the best things to do is, Christy addressed this in one of her earlier videos, is Queen Helene's Mint Julep Mask. Excellent product. Our family found out about that years ago, and I found out about it and shared it with Christy and also with my son. And this was something I got from a lady who removed hair for a living for like 35 years. And she had done all kinds of things regarding skin treatment. And she said there are several products she found that were just top-notch, and one was Queen Helene's Mint Julep Mask. And she said they're not allowed to advertise this because of the FDA, but it actually helps with psoriasis and all kinds of other skin conditions if used on a regular basis. And a regular basis, I would imagine, in that respect, if you're trying to heal something, would be daily. It is the most excellent product I've ever used for my skin. And if you use it on a regular basis, like I use it daily. If you use it on a regular basis, you're going to see your skin will actually glow and take a sheen on that maybe it didn't have. So it's one thing that is good to do nightly. So first thing I would do is wash your face any way you want to do it. I'm not going to suggest anything to do that with. Then go ahead and apply the Mint Julep Mask and apply it thoroughly. I mean, really put it on like you mean it. Don't just slap it on. So many of the problems with skin treatments and creams and all that is ladies put these on, and what happens is they just put it on lightly and put it all over, and they think, that's good. Well, that's wrong. I learned this from a dermatologist. Whenever you apply any product to your face or your body, you need to rub it in. I mean, like you mean it. How are the nutrients and ingredients and all that supposed to get deep into your pores if you're just lightly applying it, with a feminine touch? That's just not going to work. I've seen differences day and night between applying it both ways, and you have to rub it in. You don't need a lot of elbow grease, but you have to do it in a conscientious way, that's all. Put it on like you're trying to achieve something, like you have a goal in mind. Okay, so once you put the Mint Julep Mask all over your face, and either on your earlobes and behind your ears if you need them to make sure that all looks really good, even under your chin, then let it dry until it starts to maybe cake off. And then at that point, then you either want to get in the shower, which is the easiest way. I don't care how you take it off. Just remove it. It's easy to remove with a washcloth and warm water. Although you could miss some spots, it's more thorough to do it under the shower. When you're finished with that, it's excellent. Also recommended by this lady who removed hair for a living, and it's called Sea Breeze. Sea Breeze Actives, and it's a deep cleaning astringent. Excellent, just excellent. Closes your pores, cleans out the pores, helps all over, tones up your skin. And there are several versions of this product that have come out over the years, some different pretty colors and everything. And personally, I would disregard the pretty colors and just go with a yellow bottle. The yellow bottle, when you turn it over, says 1% salicylic acid. And that's the one I'd go with. That's one of the ingredients mentioned in Dr. Nicholas Perricone's book. It's an antioxidant type chemical that's very, very, very good for your skin. So if you buy the 1% salicylic version, that's better. It's the yellow bottle, but I double check it just to make sure they have, 2, 3, 4 of these different versions of this product out. this one is definitely the best one. And it actually will help heal skin damage too. And when you put it on after you've cleaned your face from the facial mask, one thing it's going to do, and it's hard to believe, but it puts a sheen on your face, a glow. It really is nice. It's very, very nice. And then it's good to go to bed. So if you wanted to clean makeup and everything off, you know, you can take all that off and then put your facial mask on and then shower and then finish it off with the sea breeze and go over your skin. You don't have to dig into it or anything like that, but just make sure you get into all the pores and everything nice and gently, and you'll be surprised on how well your skin looks just with that, because it really does leave a glow on your face. It's an excellent product, just excellent. So I think then the next thing is a facial scrub. Now, I've experimented with this over the years, and there's a million kinds of facial scrubs. I'm not even going to recommend one of those, because basically we're all talking about a facial scrub. It's friction. It's going to be friction on your face, whether it's with a washcloth or whether it's with some oatmeal or whatever it is, sugar. There's a million different things. Christy did one of her videos on making up a really nice pink facial scrub, I believe, with sugar. And it looked really good, and I'm sure it smells really great, and it's really nice for you gals. For me, I don't really care. I just want it to work and have some abrasiveness to it. So I've tried the facial scrub 5 days a week. And what I ended up with and what I found with trying it 5 days a week, and I've used a number of them, and really they all seem to work pretty well. Everybody's going to have their preferences, you know, as far as looks, color, smell, especially for women. And the 5 times a week, what occurred is I found my face look more like a red beet most of the week. So I think what was happening is it was getting too inflamed, and actually the scrub is removing skin cells or skin tissue or layers of skin. And if you do it too many times a week, it's like bodybuilding or working out or whatever you're doing. You need to give it a rest so that your skin can rejuvenate and then be ready for another treatment. So I found 2 or 3 times a week max. That's it. No more for facial scrubs. So that seems to work out very well. You'll just have to experiment. Now, some of you, I'm sure, your face can take more than 2 or 3 times a week. Every individual is different. No matter what it is you do in life, we're all completely different, biochemically and genetically, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so I think that kind of sums up that. We're going to now branch off into something else. What about the rest of my body? Well, that's a good question, because you can't ignore that. And the thing to do for the rest of your body is, one of the first things you can do is something called skin brushing. Now, skin brushing is something that's been around for over 100 years. And it's something that people will promote to help with cleaning your internal system out. And I think your lymphatic system and some things like that. I'm not sure I have the terminology right on that, but basically they're not recommending it for the reason that I'm recommending it. I'm recommending skin brushing. Again, we're just going to look at the outside of us, not the inside. I'm not addressing the inside of us today as far as skincare goes, just the outside. So if you start with skin brushing, all the books I've ever read that mention skin brushing all say the same thing. Brush toward the heart. Brush toward the heart. So if you're starting at your feet, you want to brush upward. If you're starting at your shoulder level and neck, you want to brush downward. So you do that. Picking the right brush is an important aspect of this process. There's a million places you can find brushes of any sort. Whatever you do, make sure you don't get a brush that's so soft that it's not going to get into your pores and remove dead skin. That's not going to do you any good at all. You need to have something with a certain amount of firmness. You're just going to have to go in and try a few on your hand and just imagine that you're going to be using those on some more delicate areas too, and see if it's something that you think that you can tolerate. The idea with the skin brushing is going to be to remove, it's just kind of similar to a facial scrub, but a little different. It gets into the pores to some degree, and it removes loose, dead skin, and it also brings blood to the surface immediately. I mean, by the time you get done with this thing, you're going to be lit up like a red Christmas tree. It's really nice, a nice glow and a nice redness. And if you have a partner or somebody that can help you to do your back, that would be good. I find probably from your waist up to your neck is the hardest part to reach. And if you don't have a partner, somebody that can brush your back, then I would suggest that you use a back brush and let that take care of it. It's an excellent thing to do. It's something that I believe should be done daily, and I have actually seen this help repair skin damage. By skin damage, I mean like wrinkling, you know, where the skin didn't look healthy or anything. You brush your skin every day, and I guarantee you in a month, your skin's going to look better and more glowing, and there's no question about that. That is a fantastic thing to do for your body as far as a body facial goes. The next thing to do for your body is the San Francisco Bath Salt Company, who I have the greatest regard for, has all kinds of products from the Dead Sea and other different seas. The Dead Sea is the one that I like the most. We all know that minerals in the sea and other springs and that sort of thing have all kinds of healing properties and have been used for centuries. The one thing that they're good for is not only internal healing of our body, because yes, they do soak all the way into the insides of our body and help healing internally, muscles and organs and all kinds of things like that. But they do wonders, and most people don't know this, they do wonders for the outside of the skin. And I'm positive about that. I've seen that happen over and over again. It's something else, again, that will improve the tightness and tautness of your skin and make your skin feel softer and look better. And I would suggest using one of the products like Dead Sea Salts, which is one of the products sold at the San Francisco Bath Salt Company. And it's Dead Sea Salts. They have many salts that are colored and this and that sort of thing, but the Dead Sea Salts seem to have, in my opinion, from the research I've done, one of the best combinations of minerals, because all the different seas seem to have a different mineral composition to some degree or another when you look at it. The Dead Sea Salts have primarily magnesium, which is great if you have muscle soreness and things like that, but it just has all the minerals in there, and it's just great for your skin. And you will see a difference in about 3 times a week to soak in that, or if you have a jacuzzi, to throw that in there. It's just really good, and I would recommend 1 to 2 cups in your bath water, and it's just a great thing for your skin in all regards, and your health. You'll be extremely more relaxed when you get out, and it's a really good thing. Okay, again for your body. Okay, now we've covered the Dead Sea Salts. We've also covered skin brushing. But what about giving your body an actual facial? Well, it's not practical to use Queen Helene Mint Julep mask all over your body unless you have someone to help you with that, because it's hard to get out of the tube in any great amounts, and it's expensive enough where it might be prohibitive. So what are we going to do about the rest of our bodies? Well, that's not such a hard problem to solve. Again, the San Francisco Bath Salt Company has something called Dead Sea Mud, or mud from the Dead Sea. I want to warn you that, girls, this needs to be done in your bathrooms, and you better take a radio in there or a boombox. And if you have any little throw-down carpetings or that sort of thing, I would pull them up to make sure you're on a hard surface floor. This is a mess. Do not, I repeat, do not apply this to your body and go walking around the house. This doesn't really smell very good, and it looks even worse. But it has so many minerals and everything in it in a concentrated form. and you're going to look like something, I don't know, like you've been in a mud wrestling contest by the time you get done with this process. And again, if you have a partner, it would be good to have your partner apply it to your back from your waist to your neck. The rest of your body you should be able to get to just fine. So you put this all over your body, and you're going to have to stand up for probably 10 to 15 minutes. That's why I suggested taking a boombox or radio in with you. And you just let it go until, and rub it in really good, rub it in really good, and then once it's all rubbed in, you let it stay on your skin, and I would suggest you put it everywhere except maybe for really, really sensitive areas, because it does have a lot of, it is a concentrated form, and I don't know whether it might burn or not, so you might just avoid some areas. Overall, it's fine for almost all your skin. It's a healthy, natural product. It's not anything really to be afraid of. And if it does burn, it's not going to burn anything in any serious regard, I wouldn't think. And then when it starts to flake off, or when it gets to that point where you feel like it's just about to crack all over, then that's the time to get in the shower and rinse it all off. And again, it's one of those things that it's going to do wonders for your skin. If you could do something like this, it's not practical to do every day, like maybe the mint julep mask for some women who want to make sure that their face looks the best. But it is something you can certainly do once a week on your day off or something like that, and treat yourself to a body facial, and it does an excellent job, just excellent. It comes in smaller containers. I don't think you need to start out with 10 pounds. I bought 10 pounds, and that will last for a year or more. You don't need 10 pounds. 2 pounds, 1 pound, 5 pounds, anything like that. It really does last a long time. It goes on really easily. It's in like a keg, and you just open up the top lid, and it's in a plastic bag that's sealed. And make sure you seal the plastic bag again with the bag tie, or just twist it and put the lid back on when you're finished. And it goes on so easily and smooth. It's like putting frosting all over your body. So it's something that really is a pleasurable experience. Just be prepared to lock yourself in the bathroom and don't come out until you've rinsed off. And I guess that kind of summarizes those two aspects of face and body care. Now, there is another aspect, one thing I did not cover, and I don't think I'm going to address this in this video to any degree, but as far as skin damage goes, whether it comes from getting under a sun lamp too often, and I have cured skin damage from a sun lamp externally with some of these things that I'm going to tell you about. I saw a young lady one time. My son was working in a tan salon and changing bulbs and things like that, and when he was a teenager going to school, and there was a lady when I walked in to pick him up one day that was about 24 years old. She had the darkest tan I think I've ever seen, and she was such a beautiful woman. The only problem was she looked like she was about 90 years old because her face was all wrinkled up, and I'm not exaggerating at all. Well, first of all, we all know that ultraviolet light can be damaging to the skin. We also know that it's very good for us in other regards because of vitamin D. We all need vitamin D, and the vitamin D from ultraviolet light or being out in the sunshine, which is the best, is something that is a little different than the vitamin D you get from capsules. So it's more naturally produced that way, and it's a good adjunct to taking vitamin D capsules. So anyway, this lady had apparently spent too much time there, and all I was going to say is, had she really investigated antioxidants, she could have been working on her skin while she was excessively tanning. Now still, I don't know that I'd ever suggest anybody get suntans to that degree with all the spray-on tan treatments and everything that are available today. We all do need some sunshine in our life every day. But she was an extreme example of skin damage to the nth degree at 24 years old, or approximately thereof. And had she have applied antioxidants to her skin during the week, every day, her skin would have looked like $50 million, like a movie star compared to the way it looked in the salon. And what can you put on your skin? Well, they have so many products out there. That's why I don't want to address that. Anything with vitamins in it, especially vitamin B's, vitamin C, vitamin E, those are the three top vitamins. Vitamin A too. There's retinol in all forms of vitamin A. But I would say A, B, C, and E. Okay, so those four. A, B, C, and E. Anything with those vitamins in there will do wonders for your skin. Not to mention all the other herbs and minerals and everything else that do wonders for our skin, and other antioxidants. So you can just go to your local beauty store or wherever it is you like to shop and just look at some of the ingredients and try any of those things. Like I said, I didn't want to address that in this video. I've seen any of those things individually or in combination heal skin damage, improve skin. One easy thing to do if you just wanted a clear lotion without anything, you can buy something called C-salts. That's the letter C dash S-A-L-T-S. It's easy to find on the internet. It's an excellent product. It has calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc in it. You take a quarter teaspoon of that, mix it in with a quarter cup of water, or any amount of water you want. Splash it on your body or wherever the skin damage is. It does wonders for your face, for your arms, for all the way down. And it's clear, and it doesn't hurt anything. That's really good. And then, of course, moisturizing is excellent for your body. You can buy hypoallergenic moisturizers, whatever you want. Keeping your skin moisturized every single day of your life is one of the most important things to prevent skin damage, even if it doesn't have any healing ingredients in it. Even olive oil, anything. If you can afford to immerse yourself in olive oil before you go to bed every night, if it agrees with you and doesn't bother you otherwise, and you don't mind changing your bed sheets often, well, I guess that can work really well. You just need to moisturize your skin every day. And then antioxidants is the next thing in regards to healing and preventing skin damage. And that's where I want to wind it up. Thanks again for joining us here at 52 Weeks of Beauty. Have a nice week. We'll see you next time.
So what did you think? Did you learn anything? Did you learn anything? So Haley wanted me to tell you something. When she was watching the video, she was barking at the part with the skin brushing. And I was like, what? What are you trying to tell me? She's like, Mommy, I get skin brushed too. Show them my brush. This is what we brush you with, right? You like to be brushed? Oops. Her hair is real fine like mine, so it gets caught a lot, so she doesn't really like this. Her heart's starting to race a little bit. Just kidding. It was a joke. Everything okay? Are we friends? Are we friends? Do you want to show everybody a trick? Okay, Haley. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Oh, good girl. Good girl, Haley. Good girl.